The intention was never to form a company, it was actually solving a problem of getting waste into high skips safely. Designed a product that would do that and realised there was actually a bigger market, that the problem existed in many places. We started off in 1986 with a single product. I had a warehouse, a Nissan hut behind the bins and scrap yards, one man, 2 guard dogs and a telephone, and it started from there.
We manufacture spill pellets, absorbents, wipes and tank showers, and it differs by country. In some countries we can sell all products, in other countries we can only sell maybe 1 or 2, so it depends. But in many countries there's lots of potential for these 4 categories.
And I realised I had to expand the product range, so I set up my own manufacturing plant. So we went from 2 men to 22 sort of overnight, which was quite scary. But we also expanded the products from just a health and safety element into the environmental sector. All the products we manufacture are basically driven by regulations. Companies buy them to comply with health and safety or environmental regulations.
In the areas behind me are the production bays where the orders are actually assembled. The guys will take their component kit, log on to the system which is computerised so that the hours of the job can be monitored, and they will actually build the unit to a set stage before it moves up the shop to be shot blasted and painted. We don't actually build to stock here, we build to order for the customer, but we have a turnaround time typically of about 4 weeks from initial order to the customer receiving his goods.
This has driven our growth to a certain extent, is making solutions for companies to comply with the ever-expanding regulations. It also eventually led us into the export field to try and sell our products abroad. As a lot of our products are very large, they can range from a small tray right up to a 12 metre, 3 metre high container which has to be craned on, and you need 2 lorries to transport it.
Selling into one country is one thing, exporting is completely different, a lot more complex, many more factors to consider. It's in some ways much more difficult, but it can also be more rewarding. Most of Europe is fairly mature, manufacturing moving away, and the same in North America. So the whole developing world, Eastern Europe, Middle East, Africa, there's big potential for the company, lots of potential.
We expanded into France in 1999. Once that first hurdle was broken, we rapidly started setting up. From then on, we now operate 2 manufacturing plants in Scotland and 2 in France. And we have sales warehouses in Italy, Belgium, Holland, Barcelona, Spain, Germany. And we are very much now a European company.
On my left you will see the start process of building one of our models, a DPU 32.8, which effectively is a 32 drum or 8 IBC store. Literally, as I said, what you can see there is the initial stages. So from that to a product ready to go to the shot blast area will take this guy and a colleague 33 hours of work, and you will then have the basis of a finished product.
Basically, trust has to be earned. Obviously, in the UK, we have been doing business for many years, so we have earned a lot of trust from many companies, and the same in many European countries. Moving on to export, in many ways, trust has to be earned. That means we find a new customer and we deliver on our promises. That's the best way to gain trust.
I have been a big believer in not just making statements in our literature, but getting things independently audited. So a lot of our products carry independent certification, where we will use Test House to prove that what we say they actually do. Most companies don't tend to go to the expense of that. I'm a great believer in manufacturing. Manufacturing creates long-term, stable jobs. I get great pleasure and seeing new cars out in the car park, etc. And the fact that people can live, you know, a decent life well above the minimum wage working in manufacturing.
Why do people buy from Empteezy? And our biggest advantage is what we call for one-stop shopping. We manufacture 4 core product lines, and very few of our competitors, if you would like, manufacture 4 lines. So we can offer one-stop shopping, and that's very important. It reduces the transportation cost, easier to fill containers. Only one supplier as opposed to 4 suppliers, and not the least, since we manufacture, we offer very good prices.
I only see good things. We are expanding, we're still growing organically by 12 to 15% a year. We have plans to invest quite heavily in our manufacturing facilities. That has had to be a little bit adapted because of Brexit, because we have to be aware that it is a process and it's a bit of an unknown process. But as a businessman, we have to get over hurdles. This is another hurdle. We are in a very good position with it because we have such a presence within the single market where we have factories there. If there wasn't Empteezy or companies similar to Empteezy, we would be taking a big step backwards. Water is a precious resource. It should be treated as such. Take away Empteezy and companies like Empteezy, you get dirty water. We don't want that. It's not magic, but it looks like it.